Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. Tonight is reaction night. We'll be reacting to Tikky Tokky versus Piers Morgan. Also reacting to some other content, but also, man, it's open panel debate night. Let's go.
No Fugazee, Fugazee.
And y'all see the suit too, man. Listen, new studio. New podcast by the spirit, not by the letter. Bro, we can go verse for verse all day long. Doing new things. Men are okay with understanding the reality that we are in competition with one another. But you ladies think that you're special. You are in comfort. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. I'm about my business. So remember I said, when I ask you these questions, I will dismantle your entire argument. That's the end of the debate, my dog.
I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39.
Belly.
Yeah.
You look 39. It's okay though. That man isn't intimidated by a woman like you. He's annoyed by a woman like you. Because a man doesn't want to date another man. He wants to date a woman. All right, welcome back to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. Tonight is reaction night and open panel debate night, man. We got a few things that we're going to react to. The first thing, if you see the thumbnail, Tikky Tokky versus Piers Morgan. We'll go ahead and get into that. I'll give my commentary on that. That I believe that came out yesterday. It's been going around social media. So it's like, you know what? The members like, hey, Cooley, break this down a little bit. So we'll go ahead and react to that first. I'll give you guys my breakdown, and then we'll open up the panel for open panel debate night. But if anyone that wants to debate tonight, the first link in the YouTube description, if you click that link, you can join. We can debate about any topics you want. If you watch any of my content and you have any disagreements with any of my takes, tonight is your night to come up and challenge me. So that's going to be the first link in the YouTube description. The second link in the YouTube description is going to be for the members. If you want to become a member and get a lot of special perks and privileges over here on No Fugazee Podcast, become a member, man. We got 3 tiers. First tier is Gang. Second tier is Hitman. Third tier is Mob Ties. You join any of those tiers, you are locked in with us. Then the next links is going to be for all of the social media platforms. If you want to get in touch with anyone from my team or myself, hit us up on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that. All right, man. Looks like we got people coming on in. So as you come into the stream, man, make sure you click that like button, man. We shadow banned over here, but we about to weather all of these storms. Also, I will be hosting a dope debate tomorrow on my channel. And let me go ahead actually and share that with you guys. So tomorrow, what we got in store for you on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is what we got. We got Jay Dyer versus Captain Tazariak. That's going to be tomorrow. So everyone, stay tuned for this debate. It's going to be a good one, man. It's you guys are going to like this one, man. So yeah. So that's what we got going down tomorrow. Then Saturday, we got a full panel dating and relationship show, in-person dating and relationship show. And then next week, we're going to be doing, next week on Wednesday, we're going to be doing we're starting it up again, but it's going to be a dating call-in show. Men and women get the call-in. So we're starting that back up. And yeah, man. So that's what we got in store for you guys. We go ahead and stop sharing that. Now, let's hop right into Tikky Tokky and versus Piers Morgan. If you guys haven't seen that already, or if you don't even know who this Tikky Tokky guy is, you know, we'll give you guys a brief overview of that. But first, let me make sure the stream is Gucci. All right. Oh, welcome to the gang. We got Jurin the Gray.
No Fugazee.
Welcome to the gang, man.
Fugazee.
We got Durax99. Welcome to the gang.
No Fugazee.
Just became a member, so shouts out to y'all, man. Yeah, so you know, you get some special privileges and some special perks. One of the special perks is that If you want me to react to any content, you can send it to me via Instagram. The links is in the YouTube description. Send me any content that you want me to react to. If you want to get my take and some commentary, send it over and we'll, put it in a lineup for all of the other content that I got to react to, right? The other thing is when we do open panel debates, when we open it up and bring on a lot of people, we haven't did that in maybe like 2 weeks maybe. But when we do that, I do prioritize you guys. So the members, I do prioritize you. If you want to come up and even debate me or debate one of the people that I have up, you can debate them by just clicking the link join in. I'll go ahead and verify you, make sure that you are a member, and that can be like a every time thing. All right. And the other perks, of course, is explained to you when you become a member via YouTube. All right, man, let's hop right into this. Let's see what we got. Now, we're live on Facebook and YouTube, and we're going to be going live on TikTok right after we're done reacting to this. It's not that long. It's like a 12-minute clip, but, the reaction may take probably about half hour breaking everything down, but let's get right into it.
I thought it was a very, very fun experience. I've even texted him since saying that, I enjoyed making it. And the backlash I've received from it, I also enjoy that as well, because I've got, I can just rage bait people in my DMs, which I enjoy doing anyway.
I mean, look, as I was saying to you when we tried to start this, what you want to do with your life is entirely down to you. It's no impact on me whatsoever. The only interest I would have, a bit like Louis Theroux, is the influence that you wield over young men. And when I was watching the Netflix show, I was just curious what you want that influence to be.
So, yeah, if any, let me give you guys some background information for the people that maybe didn't see. On Netflix, they did a show called Inside the Manosphere. I believe that's what it was called, but it's on Netflix. And Tikky Tokky was on it. Myron Gaines was on it. Was Sterling Cooper on it? I don't know. But I know, what's the other guy? Andrew Tate's friend, Justin Waller, he was on it. And a few other people, Sneeko was on it as well. So it was a few people that they chose to include inside this Netflix documentary. Tikky Tokky, he was one of the ones that had the most spotlight on the Netflix series, meaning that they focused on him the most out of every other content creator within the manosphere that was on there. And what Tikky Tokky does, I mean, his content is, how to even explain it? How do we explain Tikky Tokky content? It's kind of like clavicular. He goes out, shows his lifestyle, shows what he's doing, maybe driving nice cars, going to the gym, going to the club, talking to chicks. It's kind of like that. He was like a live streamer, talks about, the people that follow him about masculinity and things of that sort, how to make money. So that's his niche, right? He basically, everything that Andrew Tate does, he's like the miniature version of Andrew Tate, right? Sells people courses and all of these things, whatever. He does the entire nine, but he's like a smaller version of an Andrew Tate, right? Since they couldn't get Andrew Tate, they was like, well, let's go ahead and get Tikky Tokky. And that's no, shade on Tikky Tokky. It's just that he is a smaller version of Andrew Tate, as far as like not as popular, not as big. Some can say here at No Fugazee, well, you're a smaller podcast than a Fresh and Fit or whatever podcast, right? So no shade. That's just something that would be true, right? Got to be objective here. But so that's him. Now let's go ahead and get into this discussion here.
Because your mother's in the show, and we'll come to quite an amusing clip where she talks about me, actually. She doesn't want you to do this interview, I think, was the bottom line. So you're defying your mother again, and we'll come to that. But your mother's, I was watching her, and I was watching you interact with them. I actually knew your father a bit back in the 90s. Victor Abugu, who was an England rugby player. Met him a few
Your
times,
friends?
liked him, and we can come to that as well. You know, and I'm just curious how somebody whose mum is like that, whose dad is was like he was when I knew him, how somebody ends up thinking that the key to life, that the joy of life, the satisfaction of life, comes from rage baiting people in their DMs, rather than something a little bit more. You know, I hesitate to use words where your fan base will go, "Oh, shut up, granddad, you don't get it." But is there not more to life to be achieved than rage baiting morons in their DMs?
Okay, I'm glad you called them morons, because that is the idiots that I've attracted from the mainstream coverage with the documentary. But there's a lot more to life. For me, the main thing in life is making money, being healthy, and enjoying that money with my family and having great experiences. The experiences that I have now, since I've come back for Mother's Day, whatever, with my mum, in the last, 5-6 years since I've been on social media, have been great. And they're the things that I'll be looking back on when I'm 60, 70 years old. You know, the nice dinners, the nice weather, just the nice times that I've shared. So I don't think the beauty of life is rage baiting retards in my comments. But when I'm sat there and
what do you actually want your younger male followers to end up being like? It's a genuine question. Because in the Netflix show, what I saw was a guy who says, look, on the one hand, if I had a daughter who did OnlyFans, I'd disown her. And yet you are directly involved in promoting a load of women who are on OnlyFans, right?
You're a smart man, right? You wouldn't be in this position if you weren't a smart man. You can answer that question yourself. You know exactly why I'm promoting girls. I'm not even actively promoting any right now, but you know exactly why I'm doing it. You don't need to ask me that question. There you go. So why are you asking a question you already know?
No. I'm not.
It's a very, very easy answer.
You're missing my point, Harrison. I'm not disputing that you are making money, or you're perfectly entitled to. I'm just curious why you would want to send a message to young men you're trying to be influential over, to the extent where you want them to part with money to be like you. And on the one hand, your message is OnlyFans is awful, these girls that do it are awful. But on the other hand, you're making money promoting them. It's hypocritical.
Look, I think OnlyFans girls can do what they want, I'm not bothered. It's the same way I think people can be gay if they want. I'm not bothered.
Yeah, that wouldn't even be hypocritical if you say that, oh yeah, the OnlyFans chicks is awful, and then you promote them or you do content with them. That wouldn't be actually hypocritical, right? The hypocrite would be if you say that if you're portraying a lifestyle like you don't promote OnlyFans girls. Oh, I don't promote these chicks. Get them chicks out of here, man. They for the streets. I don't want them around me. And then they're around you and you're promoting them. That would be hypocritical. A hypocrite is simply like a liar, right? Like even Piers Morgan doesn't understand the real definition of hypocrisy. It's simply you're a liar. You say this, but then you peel back the curtains and you're not really that. You were lying the entire time. Now he's not lying. He's saying, no, I wouldn't wife up one of them slurs on OnlyFans, on OF. But listen, I'll go ahead and promote them to get a bag from them. Now over here on No Fugazee podcast, nah, you've never even seen me include the girls' links on anything, right? So I barely even have OF girls come on the show. Some of them may have the content, but I'm not even aware if they do. But it's not being promoted because, one, I don't even share the girls' Instagrams and stuff like that. Y'all know, and I do that for a reason, right? To help you guys out. I want you guys to come on and watch the show, get the knowledge, understand male and female intersexual dynamics. But if you got to look them up, listen, you got to go through a whole lot of research to find the girls that be on the show. And I do it like that purposely because I am not trying to promote the degeneracy, right? That's just me over here. And that's something that you can skim through all of the videos. I don't even include the girls' Instagrams on the video. right? But, you know, to each his own. Let's continue on.
When it comes into my family, where I have control over the situation, that's where I'll dictate what happens. So it's a very valid point that I don't want my daughter to be on OnlyFans. I don't want my daughter to be in the red light district in Amsterdam. But if I went to Amsterdam and I was walking down and I saw a Colombian 9 out of 10, would I go in and visit? Well, depends how many drinks I'd had that night. But that doesn't mean I necessarily agree with it or would like that girl to be my daughter or would raise my daughter like that. Makes perfect sense.
And if you had a son who turned out to be gay, you would disown him, you said.
No, my actual life ambition, right, like genuinely since young, is to grow up, make money, retire my mum, meet a nice girl from a good family.
Yeah, that's the thing. He didn't answer that question directly. Piers asked him a question. Hey, if you had a gay son, would you disown him? Bruh, answer the question. Don't dodge. Don't run from that, bruh.
Then have a gay child who fucks other guys. That's what I want. So I genuinely want that. I also want him to go out on the weekend and put makeup on and, dance around in the gay strips.
Listen,
no, I want that.
I can hear your fan base cheering you on. I know what you're doing. It's the double down, treble down effect.
Okay, so instead he chose the troll. Okay, I see the strategy. He's like, you know what? Forget answering that. I'll just troll him. Fair enough, HS. Let's continue on.
I saw some of your posts on social media before you did this interview. I'm going to own everything. I'm going to double down. I'm going to play that game. Fuentes did that a bit with me. And you know what I think?
You know what, bro? There's not a game.
By the way, I'm not your bro, Harrison. Call me Piers. I'll call you Harrison.
What, you don't want to be my bro?
I don't really want to be your bro, mainly because I have two bros of my own. One of whom was an army colonel, and one of whom is an excellent man as well. However, let me just ask you what you said in the documentary. You clearly actually would, by your own admission, disown a son who said they were gay. And yet your mother, you said, hates people that are racist, sexist, homophobic, and so on. Why be so brazenly homophobic?
Time out. What does his mother have to do with anything about what he doesn't accept? Like, what he doesn't tolerate as a man, what does his mom have to do with anything? Should he be a mama's boy and adhere to all of the things that his mom adheres to and his mom is intolerant of? No, women are sensitive anyway. And also women are, they're more susceptible, right? So they're more likely to go along with what's normal, right? With what social media and mainstream media purports. Women are more likely to say, oh, okay, well, let's just go along, right? They're not as non-agreeable as men are. That's a masculine trait to be non-agreeable. His mom is just like, oh, okay, well, I see, people are accepting of, the gays now. All right, well, let's just accept everyone. That's the natural woman thing to do. And a man should not be like his mother. So Piers doesn't understand these things.
If your own mother, who you clearly love and respect and care about, if she's so against that, why would you be so happy to be brazenly homophobic?
I wouldn't say I'm homophobic.
You would disown a child for being gay. That's about as homophobic as it gets.
That's your opinion, and in my opinion, that's not homophobic.
It's a fact of what homophobia is.
Okay.
What do you think homophobia is?
I think homophobia would be severely discriminating against gays. And I think that, maybe going around and bullying them or whatever could be considered homophobic.
You don't think
I don't really care what the definition is.
Bullying them because of their sexuality?
I'm not bullying them. I'm not bullying my child.
By disowning them?
It's not bullying.
What is it?
Well, one, homophobia, phobia, right? So you got homo and then you have phobia. Two different words, you put it together, right? Phobia is something that you're afraid. Like, oh, I have a phobia of this. I'm afraid. This frightens me. I sense some danger here. So I don't know any straight male that's afraid of gay people. So homophobia, there's no such thing. Now I know the meaning that the mainstream media tried to twist on things like, oh well, yeah, well, homophobia means that you're biased and you discriminate towards people with their sexual preferences and stuff like that. Yeah, but that isn't really what the word means, bro. So one, I would have corrected him on that. Well, I would ask him, well, Piers, what's phobia? Phobia is a fear. Well, yeah, I'm not afraid of gay people, and also, I discriminate on people all the time. I would say, Piers, if we're going to use your definition of it, you discriminate on people all the time. Would you want, someone in your house that was an alcoholic or abused drugs? Would you want them around your family and stuff like that? No, you would discriminate. Okay. Well, someone that participates in some type of sexual deviant acts, well, I don't want this person around my family. I will discriminate. So Tikky Tokky, he could have fully dismantled Pierce's position, but let's see what else happens.
Definitely not bullying.
What would you call it? You disown your own child for being gay, something they couldn't possibly
I'd
help.
call it good parenting. That's what I'd call it. I'd call it good parenting.
Really?
We clearly have different beliefs. I don't care what your belief is. If you grow up,
But
okay,
no, we don't actually.
you'll work your whole life.
We both come from the same belief, which is we were brought up by mothers who did not share this view. So actually, we're very similar. It's just you've taken a weird.
We were brought up by mothers that did not share this view. Okay, I would ask him, Piers, every view that your mother shares, should you share that same view? He would say no. Okay, all right, so great. You don't share certain views that your mother shares, and guess what? This is one of the views that I don't share that my mother has, right? You're a man. Your mom is a woman. Bro, once you become an adult, there should be some separation from your mother's tendencies and worldviews, right? Like as a young boy, you're being molded by your mother and your father. And then when you get older, you start to understand the world. You understand that, well, dang, your mom really didn't have a view of the world that's beneficial to me as a man because she's a woman. She doesn't understand the male's perspective. She doesn't understand how the world operates as a man. Your mother is in a privileged position. All women are, right? Men have built these safe societies for women and protected women. So they don't understand at all.
Turn where your mother, who hates homophobia, has got a son who actually thinks it's perfectly okay to say you would disown your own child, your own son, if they said they were gay. And
would you be happy if you raised your son and your son came out gay? Would you be happy, Piers? Would you be happy, Piers, if you had one child, one son?
I wouldn't care less.
You wouldn't care?
No.
Okay, then that's your beliefs. Me and you have totally different beliefs.
Yeah, but the only thing
I know
I'm
that you're
interested
trying
in is
to
why
double
you think
down on
your
this
belief.
point.
Yeah, but Harrison, why do you think your belief does not constitute homophobia?
Piers, we can all have a push and a shove. You might not agree with some of my points. I don't agree with some things that you do and the way that you act.
That's fine.
And I don't need to go into.
Let's be honest, though. Let's have the conversation, chat. Let's be honest. Would you really want your son to, because no one's born gay. That's a choice, right? Being gay is an action. So no one's born gay. But bro, no, I wouldn't want my son to be gay. I don't think any parent in their right mind will want that unless you're a gay parent. You're not going to want that. I'll take it a step further. People like to play the games like, would you rather? Like, would I rather have a gay son or a whore daughter? Bro. Hey man, I'm gonna take the 304 daughter. Gotta take the 304 daughter. Hey, it just is gonna hate both of them, but if I had to choose, I'll prefer none. But if I had to choose, man, give me the 304 daughter. Dang, freak. But gay son, listen, homie not going to be able to procreate, to leave your legacy, you know, to have your legacy live on. Yeah, man, it ain't going to be a good look. Also, I'll take it another step further. Would you rather? Would you rather have a gay daughter or a 304 daughter?
Bruh.
Give me the gay daughter then. Give me the gay daughter. You see how it switches though? You see how it switches? So when if it's a son and a man, this is just my perspective. If it's a son and a daughter, give me the 304 daughter. If we're comparing, the boy and the girl, because I want my boy to be one of these. You know what I'm saying? But if we compare a 304 daughter to gay daughter, like lesbian, I'll take the lesbian daughter. I don't want the 304 daughter then. That's my logic behind it. And the logic behind it is because, bro, why would I take if I had the choice and my son isn't involved, then yeah, I'll just take the lesbian daughter, because I don't want to be at no functions and I gotta hear like, man, we done everybody done. It's like 3 dudes that been with my daughter. We done ran down on her. Like, listen, man, I don't want none of that. At least no one pipe her down and she gay, right? It's still bad, but it's just like not as bad for the daughter. All right, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll get canceled, but that's my thoughts on it. Man, I got kids, so I think about these things, right? Think about these things. But yeah, man, I ain't taking no gay son, bro. So Piers, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
To them, but if you want me to, and you want this to turn into something that it doesn't need to be, then we can all have a push and a shove.
I'm genuinely interested in how you felt this Netflix show went, and the things that Louis Theroux had you saying on camera. I'm genuinely curious what you think about the way people have responded to them. Honestly, that's all I care about. I'm not here to trap you.
Nah. With Ben, listen. He says all lesbian chicks by nature are 304s. Nah. You can have a lesbian daughter, and the only upside to that is that she's like lesbian daughter versus 304. The upside is that no one's piping her down, right? That's the upside. Is like, at least she ain't no 304. Ain't nobody like running through her. You ain't hearing horror stories about her. You know what I'm saying? See, even the chat saying, let me get a poll. Let me put a poll up. I'll pass on the. Let me put a poll up on this on YouTube real quick. Let me get y'all perspective, man. Hold up. I'm interested, man. Am I the only one? I can't be the only one. Let's see. Let me put this poll up real quick. Let's do that. Start poll. .304 daughter or gay son. Gay son, 304 daughter. All right, chat, let me know. Let's go ahead and start this poll. Get y'all votes in, man. All right, let's continue watching this.
I'm not here to put words in your mouth. I'm not here to do any of that kind of thing. I'm very aware that your fan base, whatever happens between you and I, it doesn't matter. You will have owned me, killed me, crushed me, destroyed me. Let's just accept that's a given, okay? That is how these interviews always go, whether it's Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, whoever.
Do you know what I don't like, Piers? Do you know what I don't like?
Gaines in a minute. It'll be the same thing. So I assume, let me just tell your followers, Harrison HS Tikky Tokky has owned me, beaten me, defeated me.
Okay, listen, I respect guys that have their own opinions, right? But I don't really respect you trying to come on and say, oh, I'm homophobic and try and really push that point when I wouldn't say I'm homophobic at all.
I understand that, but I'm curious why you don't think disowning a child for being gay is homophobic.
What I
would
do
that
with
not be
my children
homophobic?
is up to me. What I do with my children is up to me.
Of course.
Okay?
Of course.
I don't agree with you going to Epstein's Island and having freak-offs with Ghislaine Maxwell and the rest of them. But I don't need to bring
Well, I've
it
never
up
been
because
to
this
Epstein's
is about
Island.
misogyny
Just to be clear,
and everything like this.
Harrison,
Hey, listen, man, this is when a conversation turns up. HS. Now, Piers was in the Epstein files. His name was mentioned a few times. Now, of course, with the Epstein files, to give Piers a little bit of grace here, your name can be mentioned and, you know, you can truly not be involved in anything because it's just a bunch of emails. But we don't really know, right? So with that being said, and Piers is putting claims on him, which he doesn't really know. So HS Tikky Tokky, his strategy right here is to reverse the conversation and the spotlight from him to Piers by pointing out that, hey, Piers, you were in the Epstein files. So what's up with that? You getting on me talking about, hey, man, I promote these OnlyFans girls. But listen, bro, you was in the Epstein files. So this currently right here was a good strategic move by HS Tikky Tokky.
Okay.
Harrison.
Okay. I don't agree with that, sir.
And that's the thing about rhetoric. If you don't have the intellect to defeat Piers Morgan by debunking the claims that he's making on you by being homophobic, then the other way you can do it by winning a debate is having good rhetoric and a strategy to reverse the conversation and the spotlight from yourself to him, where then he's on the defense and now you're on the offense. And currently that's what we're viewing.
To be clear,
Freak-offs on the island.
yes, nor do I. And as is a
Are you
stated
sure?
fact,
Are you sure?
do you want to keep doing this? You'll make yourself look very stupid.
Are you sure, Piers?
That I've never been to Jeffrey Epstein's island, I'm 100% positive. I never
Okay.
met the man, never went to his island, and met Ghislaine Maxwell for 5 minutes at a book launch. If you've got any supplementary
Mentioned a lot of
questions for that,
times. You
no
mentioned
problem.
a lot of times in there,
listen,
sir.
I have no problem. You're not, I don't think, if I say this very respectfully, I don't think you're very well informed about things like that, or you wouldn't go there, because it's...
Why are you in the files?
Why don't you check the 27 references to me in the files?
Why are you in the files, sir? Very close to these
Go
types
and
of
check.
people.
Go and check. And all your followers, you can. The great thing about the Epstein files, you can put somebody's name in, and you can
You like
see
to compare
everything that
me
comes up.
to Tate
I've
and
got no
Myron and everyone
problem
else.
discussing this,
So,
Harrison,
because my name is close to them in the manosphere. But if I compare you to Epstein and Maxwell, you have a clear problem with it.
I have no problem.
Sir,
I have
you
no
compare me
problem.
to Myron and all the others
Harrison,
in this
you're just
homophobic,
distracting.
misogynistic,
Harrison,
whatever world.
you're just
I'm comparing you to
distracting.
Epstein then, because you're in his
Harrison,
files.
Harrison,
Exactly. Let's
you're
stop
making
this
yourself look an
and let's
even
go
bigger
back.
idiot than you did on the Netflix show.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes.
To people like you, sir, I don't mind that. You make yourself look like an idiot every single day when your wife is at home posting pictures that you're out and she wants to get used like a toy by a big black man who is cleaning her car. Is that why you have a problem?
Ooh. Now, what you see here, what you're witnessing is Piers Morgan. He brings people up on his show all the time. He did this with Andrew Tate. He does this with many of his guests where he berates them by playing clips of their personal lifestyle and then creating a narrative around it to make them look bad. And currently, HS Tikky Tokky is doing the same thing to Piers Morgan. He is creating this narrative around Piers's personal life. Piers has a wife, and his wife do be posting some crazy things, right? She lives a comfortable life because Piers is rich, but they got a nice pool, and she be posting stuff on Instagram. Actually, I should share it. Actually, we could bring this up, right? We could actually bring this up. He's going to share something, but we could bring it up of Pierce's wife. And this is just crazy, but she will post things and then she'll say, oh, Piers is gone, but the pool boy is here, right? And then she'll take a picture of the pool boy by her pool. And it's a man, it's a grown man, right? So she does things like that. She also pretty much just humiliates him on her Instagram and on, I think it's her Snapchat as well. She posts all of these crazy things, and she's basically what Akash Singh's wife does to Akash on Flagrant. That's what Piers Morgan's wife does to Piers. Just like that, just humiliating him, emasculating him, always speaking about other men and how she wants to be with other men. That's the type of content that she posts all the time. But let's go ahead and continue on.
With me, is that why you're pushing this homophobic narrative? Because I'm the big black man that shagged your wife while you are on holiday. Okay?
Look at Piers' face. Oh man, let's zoom in real quick, bruh. Look at Piers' face. Oh man, Piers is salty right now. Tikky Tokky said, listen, you're mad because I'm the big black guy that while you're off working, I'm the pool boy piping that down. I'm the guy that she talking about. Oh man, listen. And you know what? This could all be jokes. This could all be jokes. But the reason why Piers is upset about it, because he actually is insecure, right? Like Piers Morgan has this view of the world. He's a male feminist, right? So he believes in egalitarianism. Women should have rights and all of these other type of things. He's a full-blown male feminist, but it's funny because the natural biological responses that men give is to be repulsed by their girl saying whorish things like this online and behaving promiscuous. Like that's the natural reaction from a man, to just be repulsed. Like, oh, like why would you post that you want to have, you're happy that I'm going and you're happy that the pool boy is here and I'm not here. And then it's this big buff guy. Actually, let me show you guys, man. Nah, forget this. Let me show you guys. I'm about to pull it up right now. Let's get him pulled up. Cause y'all think, hold up, where we at? Where we at? Okay, here it is. Got it, found it. All right, let's go ahead and make this smaller, make this bigger. All right, so this is wife right here. Where's the pool boy at? I'll show y'all. And like, why isn't her last name Morgan? Pool boy, look. Pool boy, and this is her outside the pool. Applications now open. Imagine your wife is posting applications now open with a picture like this, like you're being pleasured. That's a picture like she's being pleasured, and it says applications now open. It's crazy work. Now we're going to systematically break this down, right? And she's always like hugging up on men, other men, kissing them. Here's the pool boy. Look, when the husband's away, Mr. Suds comes to play. Oh man! And look, the pool boy is in a Speedo. That's crazy work. And this was a while back too. A while back. Homie got muscles. Matter of fact, it could be Tikky Tokky. Yo, it kind of looked like. Oh no, it could have been Tikky Tokky. He could have. Yeah, he could be the pool boy low key. All right. Let's go ahead and stop sharing that. Let's go back to here. Man, that's crazy, bruh. That is crazy, man. Let's bring this back. So now, to give you guys some understanding on, actually, no. I'll do that later. Let's continue to watch more so you can see Tikky Tokky humiliate Piers Morgan.
We can all have a push and a shove, sir. Let's go back to talking about the documentary and less of the homophobia.
Do you know what? Here's what I think about you. I watched the documentary. I think you're a fucking idiot. I think you're a sexist, misogynist, homophobic twerp who got exposed in a global way by Netflix, by Louis Theroux.
And look, you see Piers' response, you can tell that he's triggered because after HS Tikky Tokky said this about his wife, you know, he's the one that was the pool boy piping her down when he was going, right? When the husband's away, the pool boy is here to play. And HS Tikky Tokky claiming that he was the pool boy. But the thing is, if you didn't have any problem with it, because what feminism likes to purport is that men and women are equal. Men should accept their women and have no boundaries for going out on girls' trips, for hanging out with all of these guys, and doing many different things. Let me go ahead, and I got a call coming in. Let's go ahead and stop this call. Here we go. All right. And doing many different things, right? So that's what feminism basically likes to purport. Well, women can have independence, and even if you're married to her, she should be able to do what she wants freely, and sexual liberation and things of that sort, right? But when reality hits and you're a male feminist and were indoctrinated to believe that this is the type of lifestyle that you and your woman should live, then when she's actually posting pictures of a pool boy while you're going and doing these things, and then someone brings it to your attention like, wait, you accept that? That's when it hits, right? That's what you're witnessing. It finally like shocked Piers. It finally hit him in the chest. Boom! He's like, it's a wake-up call like, wait, why did I allow my wife to behave like this and post these type of things? And why do I currently still allow her to do this when it makes me feel bad? Now, some could say like, oh, you know, the feminists could say, well, if you don't accept your girl doing what she wants to do and, you know, dressing how she wants to dress and going where she wants to go and hanging out wherever she wants to hang out, then you're insecure. No, it's not insecure. It's the simple fact that men and women are different. And the man's job and duty is to protect his woman, right? There's certain things about the world that women just don't understand. And the man is there to protect his wife, his girlfriend. And now Piers got hit with reality. Like, you know, he isn't actually satisfied and accepting of his wife's behavior. It's all a lie. You know how many arguments that they probably got into, but she runs the relationship and she's like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and post what I want to post. And he's like, well, honey, you know, like, I don't really like that. What are you and the pool boy really doing? And she's like, you know, nothing, honey. But meanwhile, pool boy beating it down, right? So he has no leverage in his relationship and she runs it. This is why she's posting all of these things that he doesn't accept. And we know he doesn't accept it because he's so mad about it right now. Because any man that did accept this, guess what? They wouldn't be triggered how Piers is. They'll be like, Piers could have been like, oh, that's totally fine. Like, I'm okay with the pool boy coming over when I'm not there and him wearing a Speedo. Go ahead, lovely wife. Go ahead and take them pictures of the pool boy and fantasize him in your guts. If he was truly happy with that and accepted that, he would not be triggered.
You are. You're a little half-wit, and you'll make your little followers
don't get rattled.
A little laugh
don't get
and everything
rattled.
else. But I don't see any point wasting. There's no point me wasting my time talking to you. Is there? What's the point?
Exactly. No. Do you know what? Let's chill it down then, because what I just said. There's 50 more things that we can have a stupid back and forth and try and one up each other.
I don't
Just
care
talk
about
to
your
me
silly
normally.
insults.
Talk to me normally.
Talk to me normally. I don't care about your silly insults.
But what do you mean you don't care? What do you mean you don't care? What I said is fact. I have a picture of it. I can flip it around and show you right now.
I couldn't care less about your silly little insults. It's like a 2-year-old. Why would I care?
A 2-year-old. Listen, sir, I don't know why you come on and you talk like you're holier than thou. As soon as you're away,
all right, who's this?
Applications are open.
All right,
that's your thing, bro. That's your girl.
Let's end this, please.
Cooked.
You know what? I'm not doing this. Sorry, guys. It's pointless.
Dang. He made Piers run off his own show. And the crazy thing is, Tikky Tokky, he recorded all of this on his end. Piers didn't put this episode out at all. And they hate the, I think I lost some connection there for a little bit. Y'all can hear me? We good? Okay, we good. But yeah, feminism is a lie, and those male feminists, they hate the position that they're in. They hate the fact that they don't have any say in a relationship and their girl runs the relationship. They hate the fact that they can never put their foot down and truly get their woman to submit and follow their lead. They hate all of this. And what they do is, since they can't get their girl in line, they try to shame masculine conservative men that actually have their women in line, because they're like, well, if I don't got my woman in line, then I don't want you to have your woman in line. My woman has all this freedom and your woman should have freedom too. If I have to be, heartbroken when she's hanging around pool boy, then your woman should you should allow your woman to go out on girl trips. You should allow your woman to hang out with her single friends. You should allow your woman to post thought pictures that you don't accept. You should allow all of that. Because they hate the position that they are in their relationship, so they want to ruin it for everyone else. That's what male feminists do, bro. That's what they do.
Bruh.
And Piers is just he's where Akash Singh is. Yeah. I mean, Akash Singh now is pretty bad. That's real bad. But it's just as bad, bro. Like, Akash Singh and Piers Morgan are in the same situation, bro. They don't run their relationship. They don't dictate any terms in the relationship. Their girl runs the relationship. Not only that, it's a fact. We already know that she withholds sex for compliance. Piers, basically, in order for Piers to get a little bit of box, and also Akash Singh, they have to do everything the woman says. Like, right even before the box, like massage the feet, massage her back, play with her hair, tickle her toes. They got to do everything that the woman says in order for her to open up her legs and be like, okay, let's have some fun. And guess what? If they miss any step, they cooked. No box for them. No box for them. That's crazy. And truth be told, dudes that actually eat box, now some people do it because they're just like, it's a perversion as well. Like eating box, I think that's a perversion as well. But some guys do it. Basically, they have a liking to do it. But I say that a lot of guys don't really want to put their face down there. They do that because they think well, I know that she likes it, so I'm going to go ahead and eat the box just so I can get what I want. And if you ever find yourself in a position like that as a man, doing something like sexual to get sex from your girl, or doing some type of behavior to get sex from your girl, bro, that's weird. You're gay. Like, the woman runs the relationship. You got the panties and she wears the boxers. Just the simple facts, bro. Just the simple facts. Y'all dudes got to learn how to be more masculine. And think about it. Like, sex is her duty. That's not the man's duty in a relationship. Like, the man's duty is to protect and provide. I got to protect and provide, pay the bills, be masculine. And intruder breaks in. I got to protect you from the invaders, from war, from everything. I got to put my life, I got to sacrifice my life for you. You expect me to. And also, I love you. So, as a man, that's what I'll do. But for me to also then have to come home and pinch this and twist this and tickle that and massage that just to get a little bit of box, that's crazy. I got to accept your promiscuous behavior just to get a little box. That's crazy. Crazy, bruh. But that's what Piers has to do. And I know, because guess what? I've coached these men. I heard the horror stories. I heard them. I heard the horror stories, bro. I'm like, what? You got to do that? Man, that's crazy. Hey, yo. And a lot of the dudes in the chat, that's y'all. You are, some of you guys are that like, dang, Coley spitting. I remember, dang, I had to do like some extra junk just to get a little bit of, just to get my meat a little bit of wet, right? Simping out here, cuz. All right, wait. Let's pull up the poll real quick. Let's pull up the poll. All right, we're gonna end the poll. Everybody get their votes in. 304 daughter or gay son, get y'all votes in. If you ain't vote yet, go ahead and get your votes in. We finna end the poll. Pause. Dang, end the poll. Yeah, pause. Dang. All right, I think all votes are in. 80 votes. And we got a lot more people watching than that. Only 80 people voted. Come on, get y'all votes in, man. Your name isn't going to be mentioned if you vote, so I'm not going to know. It's anonymous, right? I'm not going to know what you chose. No one's going to know what you chose in the poll, right? We don't get that data, so get more votes in. We only got 82 in. Keep voting. Keep voting. And while y'all voting, let me go ahead and go live on TikTok so we can start these debates. Right? So that's what we finna do. Someone said, throat cancer, don't do it. Hey, man. Yeah. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Have I done it before? Yeah, I've done it before. Like when I was a youngin', yeah, I've done it before. And like, it wasn't because like I did it because she wanted me to do it. I thought it was like, that's what niggas do. It was a kind of influence based, like, oh, well, you know, this is what men do. And then I'm like this is what people do. And I'm like, I'm like, man, I'm not doing that again, bro. That junk is like, what? That's weird. Like, as you grow up, you realize, like, bro, you don't have to do that. If she don't get pleasure from the regular way, she for the streets anyway. Look, if she don't get pleasure the regular way, get her out the way. Bars. If you can't, if your wife doesn't get pleasure from you the regular way, and you gotta beat out there, get her out the way, bruh. You can tell that she had a promiscuous past. Just like naturally, you don't need that. The woman is a virgin. She doesn't even know what, you know, she likes down there. And if she hasn't been like ran through, she's still discovering, you know, maybe what she likes and stuff. So it's like, yeah, man. Simps like Piers cuff from the balls. Yeah, bro. Crazy work, man. Now we're live right now on TikTok and YouTube. Anyone that wants to come up and debate tonight, come on up. Click the link that's pinned in the YouTube description or the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. Click that link. I'll bring you on up for open panel debate night. All right, get them votes in. Where we at? Only 99 votes. How many people we got watching live? Bro, we got over 200 people in here watching live. Vote, bro. It's anonymous. I don't know what if you choosing gay son or 304 daughter. Right? So what would you rather have, a 304 daughter or a gay son? Go ahead and vote. The poll is there in the live comments. And while y'all voting, I'm going to give y'all 1 minute. While y'all voting, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Get them last minute votes in. All right. We are back. We are back. Go ahead and get y'all votes in, man. We got someone backstage. Doc, turn on your camera and I'll bring you up if you want to debate. Open panel debate night. Let's go. Let me get my TikTok up real quick. Make sure we Gucci. Hold up. Let me see if I can hear this real quick.
Unfortunately and unhappily.
Yeah, we can hear that. All right, bet. Get y'all votes in. I'm about to review the votes now. TikTok.
See, white people called you nigger because he.
Dang, that's crazy. When your phone connected here, it's crazy. Once you go on TikTok, some crazy stuff start popping up. Bro, what you talking about? All right, go live. Do that. Yeah. All right. We got the live good to go. Hold up. All right, let's go ahead and review. Let's go ahead and review the poll. Let's go to end poll. 112 votes. Good enough. Let's go ahead and. Okay, y'all still voting. All right, let's go ahead and end that. I ain't got that much time. All right, let me see if can I bring this up on here? Does it let me on here? Let's see. Nah, don't let me bring it up on here. Okay, I'll just review it from here. So we got 114 votes. All right. So would you rather have a 304 daughter or a gay son? 75% said 304 daughter. 25% said gay son. So for the 25% that said gay son, safe to say, you gay. You giving me this energy, bro. You gay. If you chose to have a gay son, you gay, bro.
They, them, energy. They, them, energy.
That's the energy I'm getting. If you chose gay son, you giving me a lot of this.
They, them, energy. They, them.
It's just what it is, man. That's weird. Right? Like, at least, like, if... Oh, this comment. I saved the comment. This one was funny. A 304 at least can be rehabilitated. Can be rehabilitated. Oh, man. Yeah. You know, true. Like, she could be a 304 and, you know, maybe she get married, they have a husband and you have some kids, right? Gay son, man, listen, bruh. Listen, man. Listen, man. It's 99% chance. 99.99999% chance. Homie cooked. For life. Homie cooked. All right, we got Mr. A B01 sends in $20, man. I appreciate the support.
No Fugazee.
He says, bro really said I'm the pool boy after being called homophobic. I'm dead. Yeah, man. He was like that, bruh. Like, that was his get back. Because, like, the thing is, Tikky Tokky, he's, you know, not that articulate or intellectual, and that's fair. But if you don't have that skill, what the skill that he does have is, rhetoric and also strategy to still win the debate and still be favored in that discussion. And he just reversed the spotlight from him to Piers, which then put Piers on the defense and him on the offense. Now, if he had the intellect to what Piers was saying, like if Piers would have said, oh, cool, you're homophobic, I would have been like, homophobic? Well, one, phobia, it just means that you're scared or you're afraid. I'm not afraid of anyone. So that's one is a lie. And but if you're saying that maybe I'm homophobic because I discriminate on or on some type of behavior and actions that people do, but you do too. You wouldn't accept a drug addict and an alcoholic in your house, or a person that's on heroin. You wouldn't accept them around your family and your children. No, you would discriminate. You would be intolerant of that type of behavior. And the homosexual behavior, that is the behavior that I am intolerant of. I would also ask him, do you believe that people are born gay? Okay, well, if people are born gay, and gay is an action, then people are also born homophobic. So, okay, same thing you throw at me, then it's like, all right, well, if people are born gay, right, that's just how they're born. They're born with this attraction. They're born wanting to do this and behave this way and think this way. Then also, great, Piers, then I was born homophobic. So why are you judging me for me being born this way? Reverse it. It's reverse psychology. Or you take the other path, and that's more of the petty path, the trolling path, but it is still a good refuter to the argument and to his position. The other way is to do it is if you just ask him, hey, are people born gay? He says, well, yeah, I think that people are born gay. You say, well, if people are born gay, is that an action? Well, oh yeah, I consider it an action. Well, people are born with a proclivity to do certain things, to act in certain ways. Then with that logic, are people born to be murderers? Are people born to be, to steal, to kill? Are people born to be pedophiles? Right? Because if people are born to be gay, then it's safe to say that people are also born to be pedophiles. And that's how you fully destroy his argument. And I would ask him then, well, if people are born to be gay, they're also born to be pedophiles. Do you accept pedophiles? He would say, no, I discriminate against pedophiles and I'm intolerant of that. Well, Piers, then you're in the same boat as me, discriminating against someone's behaviors based off of those behaviors not aligning with your values and your beliefs. That's how you cook them. That's the cook. So if Piers had me on his show, totally cooked, right? He would lose the entire debate. Or if you don't have the intellect, you could do what HS Tikky did. And you know what? That probably worked better.
No Fugazee.
Hey, man, listen. Nowadays, listen, Brad, they go low, you go lower, right? And that's the other thing. Like sometimes, man, you can be a great philosopher. You can be very intellectual. You can be all of this type. You can have the brains. But other times they go low, man. Listen, Brad. Sometimes it works to go lower than they went. And you can still come out with a victory. Crazy work. All right, let me go live on TikTok. All right, TikTok folks, we are live. Who we got backstage? We got Doc. Doc, I see you backstage. Let's see what you want to debate about. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name, and I know your camera is on, but turn on the light, bro. It's pitch black.
Yeah, hey man, I'm just cleaning up the room. Hang on, let me get to a place where you can see me. Sorry.
All good. Cool. And what do you want to debate about?
So I guess I just want to debate. Do you mind if I'm off camera while I talk? I'm just kind of like straightening up around the room. I got to charge my phone.
Okay, you got it. Well, for the purpose of the show, man, people like to see the person's face that I'm debating. You know what I mean? Could you stay in one place?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you give me your, your attention?
Yeah, absolutely. You got
Appreciate
my attention,
that.
brother.
All right, man. And what do you want to debate about?
All right, so I guess my first I followed you for a little while, I guess the most prevalent thing I've heard you speak of, and I know you've gone live, like you've done way more topics than this. It's the law not being applicable to Christianity as far as like Mosaic law. Um, so I would like to debate you on the applicability of the law in the Old Testament to Christianity.
Okay, and like you mean like the Ten Commandments?
Well, the Ten Commandments definitely bleeds into it, but there's more
Yeah.
to the Mosaic law than
Yeah,
the
it's a little bit more into the law. Okay, and so are you Christian or no?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this actually bleeds into your question that you asked on the poll, as far as like, would I rather have a homosexual son or like a promiscuous daughter? I think that kind of applies to the law of
Okay.
Moses.
All right, cool.
Directly.
Let me go ahead and give me your argument.
Yeah, so do you think that the law of the Old Testament applies to Christians in the modern sense, like a post Jesus Christian?
Give me well, one, the laws was updated. And if anything, it probably got a little bit more strict in other ways as well. But give me an example.
So for example, like you can't eat shellfish. Would that be a law that you would uphold as a Christian?
Yeah. So once again, when you're looking at the Old Testament, and it's saying like you can't eat certain things because one, there was many different type of bacteria in certain fish that at the time back then they didn't have antibiotics and certain medicines to overcome certain diseases and things like that, or sick or illnesses for eating certain foods. So we have to include the culture and the time with the law that's being made. That's just the logical perspective to have on it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I
to
agree.
answer your question, I would say no.
Okay, so it's not applicable. Now, can you show
Not
me in
not
the
all
Bible?
of them. Yeah, no, not all of them.
Well, I think in a biblical sense.
What is your, because I know you were tying this into and real quick, we're live right now, everybody on TikTok. I'm live on YouTube, No Fugazee podcast on YouTube. We got some 3 prompts over here. Anyone that wants to join the discussion and join debate, you can't hear the person that I'm speaking to right now because it's on YouTube, but if anyone comes up and requests to join in on TikTok, you'll be able to hear them and I'll talk to you guys. But the 3 prompts is right above me. Now you were trying to tie this into homosexuality. Are you saying that we should accept homosexuality currently right now?
No, I don't think you should accept it, but I don't think that there's
Okay,
a
so
distinguish. I don't think
let's
there's
talk
a mark between homosexuality and promiscuity. Does that make sense? Like I don't think that there's one that is like more egregious against the law than the other. I think
Okay.
anyone who would answer that question, would I rather have a daughter who is I'll say like a 304 versus a son, and this applies to me because I got a gang of daughters and a gang of sons. So
Any of
would
your
I
sons
rather
gay?
have, nah, not as far as I'm aware of, God willing,
All right, good.
you know, hey, I pray every day, they good.
Okay, go
Like,
ahead and connect it. Let me see what you were saying. Go ahead.
so like for
You're
example,
connecting the dots to it.
yeah, so if I had a son who by unfavorable odds ended up leaning that way,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be more egregious against the law of God than my daughter going like a 304 way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
they're
I see what
both
you're saying.
they're both just
So
against the law. So there's no
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
more wrong, more right.
The distinction would be when it comes to homosexuality, that was within the same things that the scriptures called an abomination, like bestiality. So homosexuality, bestiality, these things were called an abomination. Adultery wasn't considered an abomination, or not even promiscuity wasn't worded as an abomination. So that is a distinction where maybe it could be a little bit of difference in weight, but I would still say that they're all still a sin. Not only that, from the human nature, though, from the human perspective, you will be more repulsed. Answer this. Would you be more repulsed by your 304 daughter or your gay son?
I would definitely have more contention against my gay son than my
Okay.
3 or 4 daughters.
So, which is why I believe that within biblical scriptures, it lists these type of certain activities as an abomination, because there's a natural repulsion that God put in us, right, to look at things a little bit differently and to maybe discriminate on them a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I think that though, I think that they're all sin. I think they're all sins. Yeah.
Right.
But I do think that there could be a little different.
Now, I will say,
weight there.
Just for your knowledge, if you look in the book of Hosea, and I don't have my Bible on me right now, but I believe it's in the 3rd or 4th chapter of Hosea where God indicts Israel. It lists like a group of sins that go along with it. I don't know if you could look it up for me.
I don't know. Just tell me it.
Well, it goes through a list of sins that Israel has enacted upon God, and none of those would be along the tier that you just listed. The major ones that are listed is idolatry, adultery, fornication, but none of them are like I guess you would put it in like a tier sense, like you said. None of them are homosexuality, and none of them are like 3 or 4 isms. I guess that would be like it. I don't know.
But it's very clear. Sodom and Gomorrah, God burnt down an entire community because of the sexual acts, because of the homophobia, because of the homosexuals there, because of their behavior. Like, do you see that God burning down an entire civilization because every man was cheating on a wife and every woman was cheating on a husband? Like, he didn't do it for that. He didn't burn down an entire community of people for that reason. But the reason that he burned down an entire community was for the actions of them being gay.
Yeah. So I guess our contention, and we probably don't have a contention here. I would say that I would just be careful with prioritizing one against the other, because on the side of a man, like my son's, homosexuality would be as equal, if not, it's not greater or less than the promiscuity, because as I follow through the Bible, the promiscuity of a woman isn't leveled as like a greater sin. And like I definitely don't want like
so
a gay
we
son,
have to I see what you're saying, but we have to be honest. God did create us to have certain a nature about us, things that is like, it's a natural reaction, and one of those things is for men to be repulsed by their son or by anyone that is like gay, especially their son, their own flesh and blood. But there's also a feeling that's not good if your wife is a whore or if your daughter is a whore. There's still some repulsion there as well, but there just happens to be a greater repulsion for the homosexuals that's naturally in a straight heterosexual male. So I do know this. I do know this though, that so we have to take more things into account. That we got to understand that we aren't God, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
God knows our heart. So how we would be discriminating or intolerant of certain behaviors from our human nature is not how God would look at it, right? So God still views things from a spiritual aspect. We aren't doing that, right? That's just not how we tend to operate. This is why most straight males, if they weren't indoctrinated, they would say, yeah, I would not want my son to turn out to be gay. And nothing is wrong with that.
Do you think that there's more of a redeemable aspect of the female than there would be, and that's why we see it that way? Like if let's say, God forbid, trust me, brother, God forbid one of my daughters.
God forbid for all of this. Mine too.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I don't want this, but like, God forbid one of my daughters ends up being a 3 or 4, which is not going to happen under my watch. But there's like a more redeemable aspect of that versus one of my sons,
So I
claiming to
think
be gay.
this. I think this. Right. I think both of them are redeemable. 100% believe, because I believe that God is all powerful and almighty. So both of them, God can take away the sin and even the attraction and the desire from the individual that is sinning. God can do that because God is all powerful. So both are redeemable, but from a human perspective on how we view it like, man, we done seen a few hoes turn into a housewife. It's like, all right, maybe we could, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But as far as
absolutely.
someone being gay, we ain't really witnessed them,
I ain't seen too much like back and
change
forth,
their ways, right? We
Yeah.
ain't witnessed them change their ways from a general perspective. But listen, man, good conversation. Thanks for coming up. I want to get some more people up here, man. Any last words?
Well, so I guess the contention of this would have been, do you believe that we still fall under Mosaic law as Christians? Because following Mosaic law would prevent this from happening. If that
Yeah,
makes sense.
so it's more context in it, right? Because all of the laws, can't eat certain things and things like that, those things just wouldn't apply to today's world, into today's culture, because we're more advanced now. So that's a discussion for another time, but I think I answered that when you first asked that question. But listen, man, I appreciate the support and the good questions and the conversation, man. Have a good one. All right, everybody on TikTok, we're live right now. I had someone up on YouTube. He came up to talk about the gays. But anyways, on TikTok, here's the prompts. If evolution is true, knowledge is impossible. 2, feminism is bad for society. 3, being vulnerable to your girl generally in a relationship is not good. Right? Yeah, generally is bad for your relationship. That's what it says there. So come on up. Anyone that wants to debate, let's get it. Come on up. And on YouTube, anyone that wants to come on up, click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. And for Facebook, come on over to YouTube if you want to debate, and click that link that's pinned in the live comments, or the link that's the first link that's pinned in the YouTube description. All right, so we got some people joining on TikTok. Let's go ahead and bring them up. Let me first open up TikTok. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and bring up this person. All right. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name, age, and what do you want to debate about?
My name is Applicator. I'm 19, and I want to debate on the second one.
Okay. You said you're 19, and you said your name was?
Applicator, my username.
Oh,
Applicator.
Applicator.
Or Apple, yeah, Apple.
I'll call you Apple. Okay, Apple. And you want to debate on the second one?
Yeah.
All right. So feminism is bad for society. That's what I believe. You think that feminism is good for society? Let me get your argument. Why is feminism good?
It does help the society because it helped women have the right to vote, equal access to education and jobs, and laws against discrimination and harassment. Because if there wasn't a feminism, then there would not be women wouldn't be able to vote. They wouldn't have jobs or anything or get money, because some families don't have two parent households. So if you only had a mother and not a father, then how would you get money? How would you do anything? How would you even live and prosper without your mom having a job?
Okay. And do you think prior to feminism, prior to the feminist movement in the early 1920s, do you think women were working or women could not work?
What do you mean? Before? No, I don't think they were able to work.
And where were you taught that? Who told you that women weren't working?
at school.
School told you this?
Yes.
You said that you're 19?
Yes.
Yeah, your school lied to you. So the truth is that women always worked. Women always basically work the same jobs that they kind of do now. Women tend to work certain jobs that deal with people. Men tend to work certain jobs that deal with things. Men become engineers, scientists, architects. Men get into those job fields, and women currently still today in 2026, the majority of women are in career fields that deal with people like secretary, nurses, daycare, and they're therapists, many type of jobs that deal with people because women are social. The truth is, prior to feminism and women having equal rights as men have today, you know that women still were working and they were secretaries and they were assistants at certain businesses and they ran all of the daycares. You get what I'm saying? So women, they ran the farms. If you had a farm, the woman was working on the farm. So women always worked. So the notion that women didn't work prior to them having equal rights to a man, that's just a lie. Also, we would have to include in there that many women back then, they were stay-at-home moms. So they were moms. They had multiple children. And when you're a mom and raising multiple children, that is a form of working. You're working for the house. You're cleaning up, you're cooking, you're educating your children. You're doing many different things to maintain the household while your husband is off at work making the money to keep the household. You get what I'm saying? So you were lied to. And there's actually a book on this. It's a book written by Rachel Wilson. It's called Occult Feminism. You can go on Amazon. You can purchase it. And it provides within her book, she provides the original writings of the suffragettes, which were the women that started the feminist movement back in the early 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And those women in the early 1900s, you know what? A lot of them was already sexually liberated. They were out there, showing their sexuality. They were working. They had careers and things like that. So what you were taught in school was simply not true. It was all a lie. Another fact is, I think you can get this statistic, which within her book, or you can just Google it. But when women was asked if they wanted the right to vote, do you know the majority of women, over 70% of women, voted against having the right to vote? Because they viewed it back then that it will separate the family. Well, why would I want, normally it used to be one, the man votes. He's the head of the household. So it's one vote per household. That's basically kind of what it is if it was like that nuclear family. And the anti-suffragettes was against the suffragettes, and they were all for women not to have the right to vote. And that was the majority of women back then. What's your thoughts on that?
When you brought up about the fact that they been had jobs, I feel like the fact that there was a feminist movement did help the fact that they were able to choose their jobs. I don't think that most jobs that they had were midwives, teachers, things that they weren't allowed to choose from. And I think having a movement would help them get better pay, freedom, and be able to choose what job they want.
Yeah, but do you know the negative effects of feminism was, you're just saying, well, you think that it's good for women to have these rights to work all of these other jobs. The truth is, they're not even working all of these other jobs. Science, technology, engineering, and math, the majority of people that work those positions are men. Men dominate those fields, those career fields. Women dominate the other career fields like therapists, nurses, secretary, assistants, daycare workers. Women still dominate the career fields that they were dominating prior to them having rights and more opportunity. So truly nothing has changed. But the one thing that did change, what we see is that, well, with feminism and women having equal rights and opportunity as men, we see that if we look prior to the feminist movement, two-parent households was like over 90%, over 97% within the white community. Within the black community, it was over 90% within the black community. So whites and blacks, the children was being raised with the mother and the father in a home. With feminism, the effects, the negative effects after feminism was, well, women think that they're independent. They're going to chase their career. They're going to chase education, and they're going to hold off from having family and children, but they're still having sex. So they end up becoming single moms with no man in the home. You see that? Because prior to feminism, women prioritized family and children, getting married. After feminism, what we are in modernity, 2026, well, women are chasing their career and they're chasing their education and career, and they're holding off from having family and children. The other negative effect, and then I want to hear your thoughts on this. The other negative effect is our population level is below replacement level. So we're currently below replacement level for our population. Currently, it's at 1.5 babies per woman, or 1.6 babies per woman. But in order for us to maintain our current population level in our economy and things like that, we need to have per woman, it needs to be 2.7 babies per woman. Looks like she paused. The guest will be
I'm sorry.
back.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay, you're back. Did you hear that?
I heard the last. I didn't hear the last part of it. I was trying to change my volume. But what's it called? I heard you when you were talking about the. I'm sorry. What's it called?
Yeah, let me know the last thing you heard.
I'm sorry, because my parents just came and I had to walk away real quick.
All good. No, your parents need to hear it. As a matter of fact, put your parents on the phone. They ain't protect you from the indoctrination of feminism.
Huh?
Your parents didn't do a good job protecting you from the indoctrination of feminism.
What do you mean? What do you mean they did not do a good job?
They didn't do a good job of protecting you from the indoctrination of feminism. The things that you're speaking about right now is just untrue.
But is there a way you could tell me the negative? I think you already did, but is there a way you could tell me the negative aspects of feminism?
Yeah, I did. So one of the negative aspects so currently feminism, one of their main agendas was to dismantle patriarchal systems. They thought that they viewed the men as being oppressive and women as being oppressed, right? And they thought the only way that women will be, liberated and not oppressed if we dismantle patriarchal systems. And the nuclear family, a mother and a father raising children, they viewed that as oppressive to the woman. So their main goal and agenda was to dismantle the nuclear family. And we can see they've accomplished that pretty good. So that's one of the negative effects. Do you think that what's best for a child do you think that it's best for a child to be raised with, their mother and father, or just a single parent? What do you think?
Both mother and father.
Both mother and father, right? Prior to feminism, we had both mother and father. The majority of children was being raised with both mother and father. Currently in modernity, the negative side effects of feminism, the outcome of what we're living in is, especially within the black community, over 70% of children are being raised in a single mother home. Mm-hmm. And we see the negative side effects of that. When children are being raised with their single mothers, they're more likely to be juvenile delinquents, more likely to just be a degenerate, and more likely to not accomplish their goals and be good, productive members in society. The other negative side effect is our population level. We are below replacement level for our population. It's supposed to be 2.7 babies per woman, but currently we're at 1.6 babies per woman. For us to maintain our population, we need to be at 2.7 babies per woman. So this is why we got the borders open and they letting in immigrants. It's what the Democrats want. Things like that, right? So does that make sense, or do you have any points of contention with any of the things that I said?
I think before feminism, I feel like there wasn't a choice for women to leave their husband and like disband from the quote unquote nuclear family. So I feel like you're saying, oh, it's feminism. They're breaking the nuclear family. I think it's because now they have a choice to leave and take their child with them than being stuck with their husband that could be hurting them or doing anything.
Well, that's just so it's like this, right? Why would we make an exception the rule? Why would we make it a rule for the exception? Most women aren't in relationships and marriages aren't being physically abused by their husbands. That's a very, very small minority, right? That's not anything that's prevalent. Actually, statistics show that women are the ones that actually initiate the physical assault when it comes to domestic violence and relationships. Women tend to initiate it, but men tend to finish it. And since we have a society that favors women within the courts, men normally, do the jail time and things of that sort.
I mean, because how bad can a woman hurt a man, like physically?
But you're making my point.
I don't know that
it's still bad if you are punched in the face. Listen, if you are punched in the face, no matter if it's still force, something hitting your face. One punch hurts less than the other. You still got punched. It's still physical assault, right?
I understand that, but I don't know how true the fact that a woman would initiate the violence likely than a man doing it to the woman. How true is that?
It's 100% true. You can just Google it.
100. Oh, okay.
Yes, 100%. So women initiate.
Okay.
Yeah, these are all facts.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not speaking anything that's untrue.
Again, you brought up the fact that a nuclear family and how feminism is trying to disband that. I feel like there's more into a nuclear family. I feel like nuclear family is mother and father loving each other and having children, not just the fact that there's a mother prevalent and a father prevalent and children prevalent into the family.
Well, what do you think the main purpose is for raising children? What's the main purpose?
What do you mean main purpose?
What's the main purpose when it comes to
let them have
what's the main purpose when it comes to having a family?
To love them and let them grow and make them have their own decision and let them grow into adulthood. Okay. So the main purpose of marriage, husband and wife, is to have children and to raise them children and to love them. Love your children. No, not marriage. The purpose of having a family is to love them, not marriage, because not all marriages end up with a child. Yeah, but most marriages do. But that shouldn't be the rule of, if you're married, the purpose of being married is to have a child. Yeah, so you need to understand how to your inductive reasoning skills are lacking. Just because we're speaking about something that's in general does not mean that we don't care about the exceptions, right? In general, it's a marriage, and in most marriages, they have children. In general, marriages leads to children. There's a small portion of people that get married and they don't have any kids. Okay. Like less than 1%. Right? So I'm simply saying that within the marriages, right, or within this relationship, a marriage, the main duty and purpose is raising the children. Not your main duty isn't about, your feelings towards one another. Like, think about it. If you should prioritize your feelings, then let me ask you this question. If you fall out of love with your husband and you have 3 beautiful children, are you going to divorce your husband because you fell out of love? Or do you think that you have a bigger duty to still be a mom and a wife to your husband despite how you feel? I mean, if I fall out of love
Yeah, you're a girl. You're 19. You're getting your period and stuff. You've been getting it for 5 years, maybe 6 years now. So your mood always changes. You like the guy one moment, the next day you don't like him. So I'm just simply asking, should your feelings dictate the direction of the household and your children, or should your duties dictate the direction in the household for your family?
I think my feelings should.
Your feelings should.
I want to ask you the same thing. Your wife, you fell out of love with your wife, right? Would you still be with your wife and have your children in that same household?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, what's the distinction between you and I? Do you know?
What?
Do you know the distinction between you and I with that question and our answers?
No.
Okay. I'll point it out to you. The distinction between, our answers to that question, would you prioritize your feelings over your duty? You chose to prioritize your feelings. So you're selfish. You're going to prioritize how you feel, and you are going to divorce your husband, and then your children are going to be raised by a single mother. So you chose your children to have less of an advantage growing up because they'll be growing up without the father based off of just how you feel. But I prioritized the duties, right? And the things that I'm obligated to in the relationship is, hey, man, feelings come and go. I'm going to still love my wife, take care of her, and also protect and provide for my kids. I'm not going to divorce her and break up a home.
Okay, but I feel like I think your problem is the fact that if I divorce, that means I'm going to become a single parent. Why wouldn't we just both take care of the child?
You would be, if you divorce your husband, you would be a single parent. You'll be a single mom. I don't care if the husband is living in another area and y'all get along and he sees the kids on the weekends and things like that. You will be a single mom.
Okay. Well, the child would have both mom and dad present in their life.
Yes.
Right?
Even if that's the case, it's still healthier and better if the children can experience a household where both the mother and the father is raising them together. That is what's best, and you even admitted to it. I'll ask the question, what's optimal? For children to be raised in a home where it's two parents in a home living together, or for children to be raised in a home where they're back and forth between the mother and the father because the parents aren't together. Don't add any context in it. Don't add the relationship is spoiled or anything. Just which is optimal.
The first one.
If the first one is optimal, then you should try to maintain the first one instead of disposing of it and going against it.
Okay. I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, you have a wife, right? If your wife cheated on you, would you still you wouldn't divorce her?
Oh no, that chick for the streets.
No Fugazee. Fugazee.
Listen, my own son will be like, get mommy out of here. She a thought. Man, we don't get her up out of here.
Okay, but wait, I'm so confused. But what about the duties of you and your wife to take care of that?
Yeah, nah. That's different. Yeah, that's different.
How's that different though?
Nah, that's different.
But
because the thing is, if the mom is a 304, I'll go ahead and get into it. I'll give you perspective. So here's the thing, right? One, I would have full custody of my kids. And if we're speaking about me personally, I do. I raised my daughter and I had full custody of her. After me and her mother split up, I had full custody, right? And the thing is, statistics even shows that single fathers do better than single mothers. Single father households do just as good as two parent households as far as raising children. So if we're speaking about a promiscuous wife that's slurring around, you got to get rid of her. She got to go in a dumpster because at the end of the day, A father can take care of it all. Now, if we reverse it, let's reverse it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if the father cheat. What do statistics show?
Uh-huh.
What do statistics show when men cheat? Do women still stay?
No. No.
You ever been cheated on?
No.
Oh, dang, yeah, you still young. All right, you gonna be cheated on.
Bruh.
That's just a fact, right? Homie gonna cheat, right? Like if you find him attractive, Katie find him attractive too. Katie may just have a fatter buns than you, and if he got the opportunity, he clapping it down. That's just basically that's what's gonna happen. He gonna turn into Goku and go Ultra Instinct mode on her. That's what's finna happen. He finna go Ultra Instinct. So listen, circle back. When you do get in a relationship and homie cheat and you stay, come back. Come back and let me know why you stayed, all right?
I said I would leave. Most of them,
yeah, but you saying that,
but
you saying that, but you probably gonna stay.
Right, but I wonder, like, what is this? Like, is it true that? Are you telling me that most women will stay?
Well, here's the statistic. The statistic isn't on the staying. I do think that one of the reasons for divorce on both ends. Come on, man! I got a violation. Your live is flagged for harassment. Live restricted for some audiences. They gay. It is what it is. TikTok always flagging me. We got other people backstage. For the people that's backstage, the guests that's want to come up on TikTok, we got Anthony. You up next? I got you, bro. And anyone else that wants to join, I'll bring you up in a second. Okay, looks like she hopped off. She ran. Okay. Well, it's one statistic that I was going to tell her was that when it comes to the cheating aspect, right? When adultery happens in a relationship, infidelity happens in a relationship on the woman's end, the woman is about 70% more likely to fall in love with the person. Don't quote me accurate on the percentage, but it's around like 60 to 70% that she would fall in love with the person that she cheated on her husband with. But when it comes to the man, the percentage is much lower. The man that committed infidelity, it's only around is less than 20% that he falls in love with the person that he cheated on, his wife with. So simply means that when a woman cheats, she's for the streets. She doesn't, for a woman to cheat, she has to fall out of love with her man. For a man to cheat, he could kind of still love his woman and go back home and treat her the same. But if a woman cheats, she's not treating her man the same when she goes back home. She already grew resentment for her man and lost feelings for her man. This is why she was able to cheat. Because when women cheat, when women have sex, it's an emotion thing. Their emotions are more involved than men. So simply said, well, if a woman cheats, no, she for the streets. But if the man cheat, I don't really love that chick anyway. We could kind of still make this household work, right? When a woman cheats, she ruins the kingdom. When a man cheats, not saying that's good, both is immoral and bad. But I'm just pointing out the statistical data that there's a difference and also a different response, right? Because men and women aren't the same. We are different. All right, let's bring up some more people. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We got Anthony, you up next. We got Bush Hito, you up right after him. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. We are back. We are back, ladies and gents. Get the likes up. Everybody tuning in on YouTube, get the likes up. Support the channel. Let's go. Where we at? We got Dane Snyder sending in $10. He says, Big Daddy Dane is back, still working on my utility trailer lights, listening to No Fugazi, and paying my taxes to the great cool Leo. Like, share, and subscribe. You bunch of legends, or Satan will get you. Your bunch of legions. All right, reading skills was horrible. Did I even pass 5th grade? I did. You know, I was one of those kids that was fairly intelligent. Didn't really study for any test. I don't think I've ever studied. And I passed them. I don't think I've ever studied. Studying? What? You don't study. I probably would be even more intelligent and a better speaker and everything else if I actually studied and paid attention in school. All right, we got Dana Gonzalez sends in $5. Appreciate the support, Dana. She says, Cooley Apple was a dude. Most likely, ain't no way he had RuPaul's photo as his profile. Yeah, I peeped that. Yeah, we seen the photo of RuPaul. So I was already like listening to the voice and the cadence and things like that. Like, is this a dude? But then she said that she was 19. I'm like, okay. Like, I think she just had the RuPaul photo up there because, bro, she's a feminist. Like, they're pro LGBTQ plus Triple H, right? They pro all the alphabets. So I think that's just what it was, but she definitely sounded like a woman. Her ideas was just like a woman. Like, it was just, it's nothing there. She didn't understand anything. So I would say it's probably a woman. Like a dude that's 19, even if he's gay, he'll be able to understand certain concepts that I'm talking about. Nah. But that's probably. I think it was a woman. I think it was a girl. By the voice, it sounded like one. But you know what? Who knows? I could be wrong. It could have been a whole grown man. It could have been. But either way, it got destroyed. It doesn't even matter. Either way, it got destroyed. Whatever the thing was, I obliterated every position, every argument. So it really didn't matter. Male or female, they got destroyed. All right, let's do some more TikTok debates. Wait, kid, I seen you back here. Not sure if it was something important, but yeah. Wait, kid, Cooley, that was a dude. That was a boy, Damon. Oh, look. That was a boy, Damon. So wait, y'all seen the page? Y'all should have went up there. Y'all should have went to the page to tell me that it was actually a dude. Yeah, bro, I really don't care. Male or female, I fully destroyed them in the debate. Right? The deception. Man, that was a Decepticon. All right, let's bring up people from TikTok. Maybe the TikTok people will tell me. They're like, Cooley, I went to the page. That was a whole nigga you were speaking to. All right, hold up. Let's bring up some people. All right. Okay, welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. I'm getting name, age. What do you want to debate about?
Yeah, my name's Brandon. I'm 26. I want to debate about your tag position.
Okay, you want to debate it. Brandon, 26, want to debate about tag position. All right. Yeah. Brandon. So, what about the tag position? What questions do you have?
Yeah, what's the actual syllogism? What's the actual argument that you're presenting for it?
All right, so I'll go through it with you real quick. And before I do so, are you an atheist?
I'm agnostic.
Oh, you're agnostic. Okay. So the syllogist is fairly simple. I'm getting feedback when I speak. You got me on like a speakerphone or something?
On my phone, yeah. Here, I'll like put my headphones in.
Yeah, because every time I speak, I'm hearing it in the headphones.
Okay.
Let me know when you're good.
Yeah, how's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yo. Yeah, I don't hear myself. That's good.
Okay.
All right, so the argument is X is the necessary condition for Y, therefore X. That's the argument. Now, simply, it would be two positions, right? Premise one, intelligibility is either necessary or it's not. Premise two, it's self-refuting to deny intelligibility because to deny it, you're affirming it by using intelligibility to understand it, interpret it, and make sentences. Therefore, intelligibility is necessary. It's argument one. Argument two. Premise one, right? So this is the intelligibility presupposes God, right? Premise one. If God does not exist, then the preconditions for intelligibility must be accounted for without God. Premise two, atheism and agnosticism cannot account for intelligibility, therefore God exists.
Okay, what's the argument for premise two?
For which argument? Argument one or argument two?
The argument two. What's the how do you know the second premise is true? What's the argument for it?
Oh, for atheism cannot account for intelligibility, therefore God exists.
Yep.
Yeah, so this would be part of the transcendental argument. So transcendental categories, it seems like maybe you've done some research on it, but this would be things like logic, reason, induction, deduction, predication, the self. All of these transcendental categories have to work in uniformity in order, like you can't have one without the other. You can't have logic and not have reason in math, right? You can't have math and not have logic. You can't have the self and not have, predication. All of these things work together. And within a non-theist worldview, it's impossible for them to account for it. So simply the argument